Hi guys, it's me Terri of the Yarnjoy podcast. Welcome back to my room tour. This is part 2 of my room tour, and so let's just get right into it and I will show you the rest of my craft room. Okay, so beside my yarn wall here, there's the door going out to the rest of the part of the house, but behind the door my husband hung the pegboard that used to be over on this wall behind me when I would do my videos. And so this pegboard right here is where I hang my sewing rulers and anything that is like flat, so that way the door can still open. Okay, so I have my rotary cutter, and this stuff is for my sewing. Yeah, basically I've got a step there because I'm short and I need that to reach things sometimes. Those are some dry erase boards that I used to have on the wall, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. So anyway, and then on this side, when you open the door, this part sticks out. So let me open the door so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so there is my door open, and you can see this section can stick out and not interfere with the door. And so this is the hanging jars that my husband, let's see if I can zoom up a little. Yeah, these are the hanging jars that my husband fixed up for me. They're jars, I think I got powdered peanut butter in. If you're any low carbers may understand, may know of the product called PB Fit. Anyway, we used to eat tons of that when I was doing low carb. And so I kept the containers because they were very sturdy containers, and I liked the fact that they were clear. And so he rigged up this connectors, I guess you'd say, that he attached to the lids of the jars so they could hang on the pegboard. So I can unscrew them without even taking the lid part off the pegboard if I want to. And they just mainly are my very small, well, some of them have my very small yarn balls in right there and down there at the bottom. This one. This one has got ribbon in it. This one has got bulk zippers in it that I ordered off of Amazon. This one has just yarn scraps. I thought it was pretty, but I could also use it as stuffing. That one's got yarn balls. This one has got, oh, it's got more ribbon in it. Let me zoom up on that one. See that ribbon at the bottom of the container? Isn't that awesome? It's Wizard of Oz ribbon. I love that. And I want to use that if I ever make some. I have some Wizard of the Oz fabric, and so I would like to use that as a handle on the bag, like a for a small project bag, the pull handle, or either the handle that you hold it by. I just love that Wizard of Oz ribbon. Got it off of Etsy. Okay, and then I've got my Wonder Clips there for sewing. I've got quilting pins, some more scissors, buttons, and then that is a shower rack that I hung on a hook, and tape measure. It's just all sewing stuff, and that's a cutting board. And then up there is my angel that Val from Valerie's Cuddly Cat Crochet made me and sent me. I've got that hanging there, and I've got my little snowflake there that another viewer sent me. So now let's look into my craft closet, which is right here, okay? So let me get the doors open, and then we'll take a peek inside. Okay, so this is my yarn closet. I hope the lighting is good. I have a light on in the closet, and then a light, just my basic overhead light in my room. But anyway, it's accordion doors. My husband, when he remodeled this craft room, he fixed the closet. It had this one, it had like the sliding doors, but one door would slide on in front of the other one, and so you couldn't see the whole thing open. You could only see half of it at a time. And so he took those off, and we put these accordion doors right there. And that right there is one of my lights. Anyway, and so that's what we did to open up this space. And then I had this antique dresser. It had a mirror. We took the mirror off. We still have it. And it's an antique dresser that came from my husband's, it was a bedroom set that came from my husband's great aunt. And this was the dresser that was part of that set. And so I love that, in fact, it has all of these drawers, and it's such great storage. And it fit into this closet perfectly. The only thing is that you can't open the drawers all the way because of the closet doors. You have to like shove it to one side or the other to open it, fully open the drawers, which I don't like that. But we have future plans for this closet anyway. So anyway, let's get up here closer and we will take a look at what I've got in here. Okay, this is a magazine, a wooden magazine box. I guess you'd call it a magazine rack that I have crochet pattern books in. Mainly this is baby blankets, and basically the majority of that stuff is baby patterns, I think. Supposed to be. And then I've got this container and this one. Those two bins I got from Five Below, which is like a Dollar Tree, but everything is $5 and below, although they have some higher, like $7 or $10 items in there too, but it used to be below $5. Anyway, I got them for $5 a piece, and I love the fact that they're purple because I do have one purple accent wall in this room, and the fact that it has an S because my last name starts with an S, and so I thought, well, those were just meant for me. And so I bought them, and they only had two. And so in this one I have that's my yarn balls, scrap balls. My husband, let's see if this light will help, but he put this, no, it's too bright, right? It's too bright. He put this light that I can turn on with a push button, and it helps me to see the colors better if I'm looking under there for something in particular. Anyway, and then this bin right there, I'll get up here closer. Hope I'm not making anybody nauseous. This is my crochet thread, you know, like that you would make doilies from. It's like the number 10, what is it called? Aunt Lydia's or whatever that brand is. It's number 10 crochet cotton. Mainly, I always think of doilies when I think of that size. Or I've made Barbie doll dresses and things like that Barbie doll wedding dress I showed you in part 1. It was made out of that kind of stuff. Okay, this basket right here is got yarn scraps, and this is all number 3 and sport weight yarns, and I use these, all these different colors. I use them, or I did use them for the Rudolph crochet kit to, you know, pick out the colors I needed for the other characters, because it only comes with yarn for 2 characters, and then the rest you have to use your own yarn. And so this is, it's parts of mandala cakes that I've taken apart sections, and then some baby yarn and some sport yarn I got from Amber of Ooh Ah Crochet. Thank you, Amber. And so all of that is, like I said, sport weight, sock weight, little stuff. Okay, and then I have another one of these baskets up here, this one, and that is also sport weight, the small yarn for those little characters as well. Okay, or backpack buddies, stuff like that. Okay, so now we're up on the second row, second shelf, and that container right there has got what I call my fancy yarns, any yarns that have wool in them. Those cakes Terri gave me, they have alpaca in them. And then also in there I've got some dyed yarn, hand-dyed yarn that my friend Brenda of My Puggleful Life, I'm not sure if her YouTube channel is up and running at the moment, but she dyed some. We met in person because she also lives here in the city, and we met in person at one time, or a couple of times, and she gave me some yarn that she hand dyed. Well, anyway, it's in that basket. Okay. And like I said, that's my 3 weight. I got these, you see these wire baskets? They like connect to the shelf, okay? They hang from the shelf and above and hangs down. And so I got those at Tuesday morning. I've just got a big cone of cotton right there. like peaches and cream or sugar and cream, I don't know, something from Walmart. And then all this hanging shelf right there, those are the diamond paintings that I was sent by a couple of different companies to review. Okay, so that's what's in there. So I've got a lot of work to do with those. Okay, my Stormtrooper cup right there, Seta of Seta's Place gave me that last year, no, not last year, in 2018 Vlogmas when we did the Christmas swap together. In this bucket here is a crochet surprise kit that Seta gave me as one of the gifts for Vlogmas, okay? Of course, if anybody knows anything about Fly Lady, then you would recognize this character. I do try to do Fly Lady as far as keeping my house clean, but I'm not that great at it. I'm kind of hit or miss, and sometimes I do real good keeping up with my cleaning routines, and then I slack off, so not perfect. Okay, so, but that is my reminder. I love that little sticker. I got it a long time ago from Fly Lady when I had ordered maybe a water bottle or something from them, and I don't even think they have those decals anymore. I think it's one of the decals that you can, it's like a glass cling thing, or window cling. I think they call it that thing, that where it's removable and you can put it back. But I just have it on the paper backing, and I just prop her up different places so it'll remind me to keep things straight, which sometimes works. Okay, and then this container right here is all full of some finished objects that are not really complete projects. I mean, they're finished, like they're squares, in other words, that I have made for either tutorials or just made intending to donate, okay? I have 2 magazine racks back there that have Crochet World magazines in because I subscribe to that. There's one of my little owl containers. I have, trying to think, oh, my Loom Knit picks in that owl container, and I made that owl jar cover. It's just over a glass mason jar. Patterned by Bag O' Day Crochet, I adapted it from an owl tote bag that she had. Okay, that shirt right there, that shirt belonged to my dad. And when my mom, after he passed away, and my mom was going through his clothes, I requested one of his shirts. I wanted one of his shirts, and I was thinking that I could use one of his shirts to, he wore these, he was a farmer, and so he wore these Dickies, this is a brand, shirts all the time. So we always joked and says that was Papa's uniform, because he wore the color is all the time. He wore the same color, and it was those shirts. And so I requested one of those shirts as a memory of him. And I always thought I would make a pillow or something out of it, just kind of a memorial type thing. But I can't see, I don't have the heart to cut it up, so I don't know what I'm going to do to it, but I'm just going to, right now, he's going to be living right here in my closet. And I just have a lot of junk on the sides here, wrapping paper and whatever I can fit that stands up on either side of my dresser, that side and that side. I have foam boards and things like blocking boards back in there. That sack hanging on the wall from a command hook is interfacing and things for my bags, the tote bags. Okay. So let's slowly go up to the next shelf. Okay, this next shelf, that right there is a tray insert for another container I have on the other part of the room. Anyway, I've got giveaway items up there, things that people had donated for me to do as a to include in giveaways or swaps with people, and so that's what's in that container. That caboodle container, I think, belonged to one of my nieces, maybe. I don't know. I found it in the garage at my mom's house. And I cleaned it up, and I'm using it as to put my beads and like stitch marker supplies in there. And those are letter beads and number beads for stitch markers. There's another one of my owls that I made that's got covering a jar, and he just has some sticks. They're not sticks, but they're made with paper towel, the cardboard paper towel tubes that my husband taped really tight together to make it more stiff, and I can use those as a core inside of amigurumis if the heads are floppy. I've done that with the gingerbread boys and girl. That container tray right there has got finished objects in it, some amigurumis and a few finished objects. That box right there, I think I got from Tuesday Morning or Michael's. I don't know. It's a decorative box, and I'm going to put, I think, my finished preemie hats in there just to hold them there throughout the year before I donate them. Right now it's empty. There is my Star Wars crochet kit that Terri gave me for my birthday. And then the very top up there, I don't know if you can see because of the light is really glaring it, but the top shelf is just got stuff that I don't hardly ever use, and that's why it's up high. Some loom knit, the straight loom knits, looms, and then my advent calendar, Christmas advent calendar that Seta gave me. Of course, that's just a yearly thing, so I put it up there. And a big diamond painting. I know it's probably really glaring. It looks like it's glaring. There's a container of crochet cotton up there also. Okay, so let's get down here because that way it's not so bright. Okay, now all these drawers, I don't know how detailed, I'm getting really detailed, seem like, but they all have, I tried to rearrange them with like sewing, different sewing things and my extra notebooks and things. I'm not going to open all these because they're still kind of a mess. That bottom one has got my gift wrapping supplies and gift bags in, and then that's got crochet hooks, sets, and knitting needles and things, and then that's just a lot of stuff. Not very organized really yet, but anyway, I can close the drawers and then I don't have to think about them not being so organized. Okay, now I'm going to close up this and we'll take a look at my whip wall right quick. Okay, I hope the lighting is okay. I don't have all these lights on because it's kind of, it would be kind of glarish. Anyway, this is my whip wall. Okay, now down here, this one has got actually project bags in there. And then that one's a current whip. But then all these other bags here have got my sleeping whips in it, I think. This one I don't think has much in it, but the rest of that is unfinished, whips, works in progress, projects. So that is the famous whip wall, which is a pegboard that my husband put up for me. And so there it is. What I'm always talking about. It is a lot nicer than it looked. I did straighten it up. It was a real big mess, but it does look a whole lot nicer than it did. Okay, and then on the ends of both of these, this is my craft table. It's got a cutting mat on the top. There's crochet books and knitting books and adult color, the adult coloring, not rated R coloring or anything like that, but you know what I'm talking about. The stuff for like stress busting, the coloring pages is right there basically. And then down there is some scrap material, fabric, okay? And like I said, here is my desk. I've got my diamond painting there. I need to finish it. I've only got about a quarter of it left to finish. There's my Scentsy container back there. There is the wonderful hook rack that my husband made me. Let me get up here so you can see that. I love that. So that is the hook rack that he made me. This is my camera stand right here, and it fits back there, and that's where I put the camera on so then you can see me during my Yarnjoy podcast episodes. Okay? And then I have my yarn winder, and I do have a huge jumbo, that big Stanwood, I think, yarn winder that makes like the 10-ounce yarn cakes for the big ones. And I do have one of those, but I don't use it that often. I do occasionally if I've got a big jumbo skein that has collapsed on me, and then I will pull that out, but I've got it. It's under there. Underneath. I've got that big box of polyfill right there for my amigurumis, and this is a bunch of cross stitch, not fabric. Well, there's a cross stitch project in there that I've abandoned years and years ago. I might one day try to pick it up again. It's a cutest little picture, but it's very detailed, and so it'd be a job. Anyway, and then that is just a tote bag that somebody gave me a long time ago for projects. And that is my Rudolph crochet kit. The characters, the Rudolph characters that I just made, I put that in that box right there. I put them in there. Okay. Now over here, that sack is the baby toy, the educational ball that I made, and I have a baby hat in there that I knitted. That's blue. I actually knitted it a long time ago, and I'm saving that for the upcoming grandbaby. And then this side has got shelves in it. See, it's got shelves in it just like the other side of the table. I mean, the other side of the work table. So let me turn you around a little bit, and then I'll show you that. Okay. So here I'm standing at a different angle of my craft room, and now you can see I've got all my Lori Wick books. I love Lori Wick. I know I've had some viewers that said that they really loved her books as well. I used to read a lot, and those are the only books that I've really kept up with because I just love her so much. She's a Christian author, and I haven't read any of her later books, you know, more recent books. These are just the ones that when I was at the time, I was reading a whole lot, and so this was some series of books, and I really loved those, and so I've kept them. But although I don't hardly ever read anymore, which is sad. Anyway, I've got some educational books about hormones and menopause and stuff like that over there because I'm in that stage of life, guys. Okay, and then there I have my safety eyes, and I've got these two containers that have some ribbon and my buttons and things, and my little pom-pom balls. I need to go into that container. I need to put it back. And then I've got some more crochet books down there that were given to me. And then I've got some finished shelves right there that were either given to me or I made. I use that right there. See if I can zoom you up there. Let me see. See those? Those are the jumbo clothespins that I get from Dollar Tree that I use the bobbins for my corner to corner projects. Okay, or graph gans. That's what that is. Okay, so that's it. That box down there is got Christmas amigurumi decorations in. And of course, those are weighted balls for exercising, which I never do. It comes with Walk Away the Pounds, if you're familiar with that. Okay. Okay, so that is my craft room. Now let me straighten up here and turn you around and get a view from a different angle. So there you go. Don't miss that. Mind the mess if you see anything. I've got the open door and I've got the vacuum cleaner out there, and I don't know what else is over there. I've got a giveaway pile of stuff that needs to go to Goodwill pretty soon. Over that away too. Anyway, so this is my craft room. I love it. It's not very big. Brenda of My Puggleful Life actually came over and had lunch with me one time, and she said she wanted to see my famous craft room. And so I brought her in here to let her see, and she was amazed because on the video she said my craft room looks so much bigger. But it's not. It's just a bedroom that used to belong to one of my sons, and then when my son got married and moved out of the house, this was actually my youngest son's bedroom, and my oldest son is across the hall, his bedroom. But when he moved out and got married, my younger son, who was in here, decided he wanted the other bedroom, which I think was a few inches bigger, not much. And so he moved across there. We remodeled both of the rooms, and so I got this as my craft room. And it's only about 10 feet by 11 feet, something like that. It's not very big. Let me see if you can see. I'll turn you very slowly. See, this wall right here is purple. It's the only wall that's purple, and you really can't see a whole lot of the wall. Oh, and I made those drapes. I love that paisley fabric. Not drapes, curtains. Anyway, that's the only wall that's purple, and the rest is a silvery gray. Okay, guys, so this is a super long video. I hope I wasn't too detailed, that I was so detailed that it was boring. I hope not. But I love to see everybody's craft rooms. So let me end off with another view of the yarn wall, because that's the prettiest thing in here. So thank you guys for watching my two videos, part 1 and part 2. And we will see you tomorrow for the first Whipwall Wednesday episode of the new year. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.